All right, hello everyone. We are live now for coverage of the Into the Rabbit Hole Season 39 Free Agent Tournament Draft. We have 8 teams, and you can see those 8 teams up on your screens right now. Captains decided by how each of these players finished in the Season 39 Queens Croquet in-house matches. These are Team Barry, Team Sasha Smalls, Team Dark Cause, Team Hentai Onisan, Team Dan Man, Team The Human Faith, Team UNL, and Team Jinlo. We'll jump into each captain's stats individually in just a moment here. But as you can see with the draft, it's sort of a reverse snake draft. So Team Jinlo will be picking first. We'll proceed through those 8 picks and then switch back in reverse order. Now, the plan, I believe, you can see there's 4 rounds on your screens. Obviously, each captain will be participating as a player on their own team as well, barring some unforeseen circumstances, which are one of the reasons why I believe we'll have a bonus 5th round for drafting backup substitutes, in some cases coaches, depending on how things go, just in case a player can't make it. All right, so with that said, let's jump into a couple of player introductions, captain introductions, actually. Number 1, of course, Barry, captain of Team Barry, who does have the number 8 pick in the draft. Number 1 seed, top player finishing in Season 39, 32-10 record. 957 elo, meaning top lane, Grandmaster, Aatrox, Skarner, and Camille player. Next up, we have Captain Sasha Smalls, 54-33 record, 952 elo, plat 80 carry main. Couple of returning captains of familiar faces, of course, for everybody here. Twitch, Tristana, and Vayne, Sasha Small's speciality here. And we'll be starting off with pick number 7 in round number 1. Next up, we have Captain Dark Cause, 45-19, Season 39 record, elo of 918. Diamond mid laner, top champions Lux, Oriana, and Zoe. And Team Dark Cause has the 6th pick here in round number 1. And next up we have Captain Hentai Onisan with a 46-35 record. Mid laner, Tristana LeBlanc Brand. Platinum, League of Legends ranked, 896 elo in the Queen's Croquet. And Team Hentai Onisan, captained by their namesake, will have the 5th pick in the first round of the draft here, which will be kicking off here in a few minutes. We're waiting for all the captains to get ready, the picks to start coming in. I am producing things single-handedly, by the way. I'm rbhesports, did not even introduce myself, but I'll be trying to guide us here through the draft, and I will have some graphics I'm updating here to keep everyone on the same page as far as who has been drafted, but just a heads up, please bear with me, a few minutes delay possibly between rounds as I get those updated, so that it's a lot easier to follow how things have gone here in the draft. And then the tournament itself, by the way, will be next weekend. Next weekend is when we'll have the actual tournament, and we'll have a bracket up to show you which teams are playing who and in which rounds following the draft here tonight. All right, so our next captain is Dan Man, 96, 11-5 record, 874 elo. Draven, Zeri, and Jinx, 80 carry player, Team Dan Man will be drafting 4th in the first round of the draft tonight. And following Dan Man, we have Captain the Human Faith of the notorious Bruh clan, 15-8 record in the Queen's Croquet with an 874 elo. Diamond top laner specializing in Akshan, another Camille player, and Tryndamere. Team The Human Faith has the 3rd pick in the first round of the draft. And next up, we have Team Yanel, captained by Yanel, who I'm not even finding in my graphics here. Give me a moment. Okay, we might be missing a graphic on Yanel, so my apologies to Team Yanel. They are drafting second overall. I am missing a graphic on their captain unless I am totally blind here, so my apologies, but Captain Yanel and Team Yanel will be drafting number 2. And finally, we have Jinlo. With the number 1 pick in the draft, Captain Jinlo and Team Jinlo, 6-3, their captain, 843 elo, another mid laner, Diamond, Hui, Azir, and Irelia specialty. So let's jump back to the pick order here. So as you can see, we've got our 8 captains arrayed, and I believe just about all of the captains are here. I'm going to go ahead and send us to a quick break as we verify that, but we should be back in mere moments to kick things off for the Season 39 Queen's Croquet Into the Rabbit Hole Season 39 Free Agent Tournament Draft. All right, and we are back. That was a short break. We're ready to start the draft, and the first pick is already in. Team Jinlo on the clock, and the pick has come in. And the number 1 pick in the Season 39 draft is Rice Cooker, mid laner, 21 and 22, 779 elo, Kennen, Shaco, and Rek'Sai player. All right, on the clock are Team Yanel, and Captain Yanel has already got his pick in. With the number 2 pick in round 1 here, Yanel is picking Original Walrus. 80 carry, 38 and 31 record. Ezreal, Caitlyn, and Ashe player, 804 elo. Original Walrus, the number 2 pick here for Team Yanel. On the clock now with the number 3 pick is Team The Human Faith. And they've selected Warite, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, 8 and 11 record, another 80 carry off the board, Kai'Sa, Ezreal, and Jinx player. Team The Human Faith takes Warite. And next up on the clock right now with the 4th pick here in round number 1 of the Season 39 draft is DanMan96, captain of Team DanMan. Waiting on the next pick here, we'll have to see if it is another 80 carry. And the pick has just now come in from DanMan96. Team DanMan with the 4th pick in the draft selects Skateboard Guy. Skateboard Guy 99, no less. 12-8 record. A jungler, first jungler off the board, accepting the captains, of course. Zach, Maokai, and Master Yi, Skateboard Guy's specialty. 12-8, 830 elo. Next up, with the 5th pick is Captain Hentai Onisan. 5th pick here in round number 1, and that pick has come in. They've selected for Hentai Onisan, it's going to be Geo. Mid laner, Hui, Karma, and Ari, player 4 and 6 record, and a 768 elo. All right, next up with the 6th pick here in round number 1 is Dark Cause, captain of Team Dark Cause. Already 2 mid laners and 2 80 carries taken off the board. It was only Team DanMan so far who's bucked that trend and taken a jungler. Still awaiting the pick here from Captain Dark Cause. Bear with us, of course. No complaints from me, considering I am also preparing some graphics here as the draft goes to make sure we can see who is drafted who. And I'll try to get those up in between rounds. We do have a live update from Captain Jinlo, who is getting a snack. Looks like the pick may just be about to come in here from Team Dark Cause. Oh. I saw typing. I thought it was coming in, but we're still awaiting it. Pick number 6 we're waiting on here. Brief reminder of the picks so far. Pick number 1 for Team Jinlo was Rice Cooker. Oh, here we go. We got the pick. All right, Dark Cause has selected with the 6th pick in the draft. The Grack. Another 80 carry off the board. 8 and 14 record, 746 elo. The Grack, a Jhin, Ezreal, and Caitlyn player. That puts Captain Sasha Smalls on the clock, and already the pick is in. We're speeding things up once again for pick number 7. And for Team Sasha Smalls, that pick is HTK777 of the Fiora clan and specializing in Fiora. 11 and 7 record, 843 elo top laner who also plays some more Camille. We've seen quite a bit of that this season from our player base. And Jax. HTK, the selection. The 7th, the penultimate pick here in round number 1 for Team Sasha Smalls. Captain Barry, the number 1 seeded team, but with the 8th pick here in the first round. So Barry will get to pick back-to-back here with pick 8 and pick 9. So Barry with the last pick in round 1 and the first pick in round 2. We'll go to a quick break after round number 1 before that round 2, just so I have time to get a graphic together and update you guys on who is drafted who, so that could just be a few minutes. Go as quick as I can, but the final pick here in round number 1 is in from Captain Barry. Team Barry has selected Doya, another mid laner, so 380 carries, 3 mid laners already taken. Doya, 7-5 record, 809 elo. Mid laner, another Hui player, also plays Zeri. Not sure if that's a Zeri mid, that would be interesting. Maybe multi-role, of course. A lot of our players able to shift things around, and they may be called upon to do so for draft adaptation. We'll find that out next weekend when the tournament kicks off. Also play some Seraphine. So Doya, the final pick here in round number 1, and that will conclude round number 1 of the Season 39 draft. With that, as I said, we'll go to a quick break here before we start things off for round 2. Stay tuned. All right, hello everyone. We are back now for round number 2. We've got the pick order on your screens. Unfortunately, don't have an updated graphic so far, but we will have a graphic at the conclusion of the draft with the full rosters. I'll try to update everyone as we go. Round number 2 is kicked off with Captain Barry. Pick number 9, the first pick here in the second draft. And that pick is in. It is Angelica, the first support taken on the day. Angelica, 19-15 record, 832 elo, an Ari Lux and Soraka player. So Team Barry now with a mid laner and a support drafted. That puts Captain Sasha Smalls next up on the clock with the 10th pick of the draft, the second here in round number 2, and Sasha Smalls has selected Frishy, a jungler, the second jungler here taken on the day after Skateboard Guy 99. Frishy with a 36-44 record, so a veteran, a lot of games, 766 elo, and a Mumu, Nunu, and Malphite player. Next up, we have Captain Dark Cause. A lot of picks coming in already quite quickly now, so Captain Dark Cause pick is in with the 11th pick in the draft. Team Dark Cause will be selecting Cheeto. 22-23 record, another top laner, Aatrox, Darius, and Malphite. Next up will be Team Hentai Nissan. And that pick is in with the 12th pick in the draft, the 4th here in round number 2. Team Hentai Nissan select, we've been saying Memesta, but I'm being told Mimosta. I'm not sure if I'm being trolled or not. The player card is on your screen. 25-29 record, 730 elo, jungler, Hecarim, and Lilia, and Zinzao will be jungling here for Team Hentai Nissan. Next up is Captain Dan Man 96, the 13th pick in the draft, the 5th of round 2. And that pick is in. Team Danman selects Age of the Cage. Mid laner, notorious Vhagar player, but also plays a bit of Smolder and a bit of Cassiopeia. 20-15 record, 831 elo. A lot of mid laners flying off the board here in the first 2 rounds. As well as 80 carries, but things are starting to balance out. Next up, we have Team the Human Faith and Captain the Human Faith. Team the Human Faith select Kazi, aka Kamikaze. Top laner. 15-14 record, 842 elo. Gwen Renekton, and another Aatrox player as well. Which puts Team Yano on the clock with the 15th pick in the Season 39 Queen's Croquet draft. The second to last here in round 2. Me a second to update my tracker here as we await Team Yanal's pick, and that pick is in. With the 15th pick in the Season 39 draft, Team Yanal select Hopper MH. Another support, the second support taken on the day. Entirely different champion pool, 23 and 36 record, 752 elo. Hopper plays Zareth, Nami, and Lulu. Team Yanel with their bot lane settled now with 80 carry original Walrus paired with Hopper MH. That puts Jinlo on the clock here with the final pick in round 2. And that pick has arrived. Team Jinlo with pick 16 in the draft. Select Holstro. Holstro, another support. Milio, Maokai, and Thresh. 22 and 26 record, 780 elo. Will be the support for Team Jinlo, who already have Rice Cooker in mid, but don't yet have an 80 carry. However, we'll kick things off. We'll jump right into round 3 without a break now and see if Jinlo wants to pick up an 80 carry to pair with Holstro here. Pick 17, the first here in round 3, is already in for Team Jinlo. The Captain Jinlo has selected Flashpoint. An 80 carry, although I see a Braum on there. That can be nice for synergy's sake. Just somebody who plays both 80 carry and support. Knows both perspectives there in the bottom lane. 11 and 8 record for Flashpoint, 830 elo. Caitlyn and Ashe. Specialty along with the Braum. So Flashpoint will be anchoring the bot lane along with Holstro for Team Jinlo. They also have already selected Rice Cooker, who is the #1 pick in the draft on the day. Mid laner. On the clock now, our Team Yano with the 18th pick. The second of round 3. Team Yano already with Hopper MH in the support role. And original Walrus as 80 carry. And this pick is in with pick number 18. Team Yano select Lucifuge, top laner. Mordekaiser, Renekton, and Shen player. The, if I can count, 4th top laner taken on the day. So we've had a pretty good mix. A lot of 80 carries flying off the board in round 1. Now things getting mixed up a bit. Next up, we will have pick number 19. The 3rd pick for Team The Human Faith. And the 3rd pick in round number 3. And looks like that pick has come in. So for Team The Human Faith, it's going to be the Mauled Jungler. 31 and 32 record, 793 elo. Kane, Volibear, and Graves specialty. And once again, the 4th jungler off the board. The Mauled here for Team The Human Faith here in round number 3. Next up is DanMan96, captain of Team DanMan. They've got the 20th pick in the draft, the 4th here in round 3. As a reminder, we do have pins available, so right now there's a pretty special deal from Into the Rabbit Hole. Check us out at discord.gg/IntoTheRabbitHole. You can get a very cool fan bundle, which comes with one of these pins as well as a decal, as well as we've just gotten word about this. So there's going to be a raffle for the exclusive gigantic Faker Ahri skin bundle that we all know about in League of Legends. You could win that. How do you get an entry? You just pick up this bundle. You can check out the details in the announcements channel of the Into the Rabbit Hole Discord server. You get an entry, you get the pin, you get the decal, but you also get an entry into that drawing, so you could win the Hall of Legends Faker skin. 60,200 RP value, $500 plus. You could win that. You get a drawing just by picking up one of these exclusive limited edition numbered Into the Rabbit Hole pins. along bundled with a decal that you get as well. Pick those up for $25. Links in the announcements channel on discord.gg/into the rabbit hole. Jumping back into our draft, we're still awaiting the pick here from DanMan96. Pick number 20, the fourth pick here in round 3. And the picks just come in. DanMan96 has found his player. And it is going to be Viper, presumably not world champion Viper, but we can pretend Viper, along with a few Chinese characters, 10 and 11 record, mid laner, but with some Samira experience, 795 elo, also plays some Fizz and Akali. Bit of a highlight real champion pool from Viper, who will be anchoring the mid lane for Team DanMan96. Next up on the clock is Team Hentai Onisan and their captain with the 5th pick in round 3 of the draft. Pick number 21 overall. Waiting word from the captain on who they're going to select as the clock is ticking. Not really. We don't actually have a clock, but in theory you could not take an hour to select a player. And I don't think we'll have to wait that long. I see the captain typing. The pick should be coming in shortly. Already Team Hentai Onisan with Mimsta, or Mimosta, one of the two, the jungler. Already taken in round 2, and their round 1 pick was Geo, mid laner. And that pick has come in from Hentai Onisan. It is going to be Gweneth Shali, 5 and 11 record, support player, 737 elo, Soraka, Lulu, and Yumi, top 3 champions. So Gweneth the pick, a support for Team Hentai Onisan, and now Team Dark Cause has already got their pick in. Captain Dark Cause has found a player to pick, and it is going to be Bristle is hungry. No surprise with a Sejuani there, most played champion, as well as Xerath and Lilia, and yet a top lane role, 10 and 14, 771 elo. So presumably, Sejuani top, going to be an opportunity for some flex picking or moving around, though I expect with Bristle here for Team Dark Cause. Next up is Captain Sasha Smalls. Team Shamal select Frosty. Frosty 6, in fact, who had an impressive showing in last month's tournament. 12 and 13 record for Frosty, 775 elo mid laner. Plays a lot of Talia, Lissandra, and Wei, much like quite a few of our mid laners today. So Frosty 6 will be playing mid for Team Sasha Smalls. That brings up Barry once again with the final pick of the round. Pick 24, the 8th pick here in round 3. And Barry has a selection already in. Team Barry selects World Sephiroth, 12 and 10 record, 80 carry player, 826 elo, Aphelios, Lucian, and Varus. Speciality. Barry now on the clock in round 4. Team Barry already with Doya in mid, Angelica support, Angelica paired bot lane with World Sephiroth on the 80 carry role, so missing only a jungler, assuming Barry will be playing top as per usual. And that pick is in here in round 4. Captain Barry selects Arbitrate, a jungler indeed to kick things off here in the 4th round. Arbitrate, a 63 and 53 record, a lot of games played, 838 elo, Nocturne, Volibear, and Hecarim. Champion pool. So we should start to see some completed rosters here. And next up is Captain Sasha Smalls with pick 26 in the draft, the second pick of round 4. And the pick is in from Sasha Smalls. That pick is Ruggel. 13-8 record, 830 elo, another 80 carry. Off the board plays Tristana, Smolder, and Lucian. Next up with pick 27, we have Captain Dark Cause, leader of Team Dark Cause. Already they've selected the Grack, 80 carry in the first round. In the second round, they picked up Cheeto in the top lane. In the third round, Dark Cause went with Bristle is Hungry, also a top laner, so I have to assume we saw Lilia there, we saw Xerath there. Bristle might be going somewhere else, maybe jungle. Dark Cause has the pick, and Team Dark Cause has selected Maneater, support, 34-37 record, Sona, Seraphine, and Yuumi player. Maneater will be playing support there for Team Dark Cause, who I believe, yes, have the Grack as their 80 carry. So Maneater and Grack bot lane there for Team Dark Cause. Hentai Onisan up next. With the 28th pick in the draft, Hentai Onisan select Ruler's Disciple, mid laner. 31-28 record. Yasuo, Aurelion Soul, and Akali player. 794 elo. Next up is Team Danman and Captain Danman 96. Already with Viper, their mid laner selected, and Age of the Cage. And Skateboard Guy 99 in the jungle. So presumably either a Viper, I would guess Viper is going to be going somewhere else, and Danman will leave an Age of the Cage in the mid lane, but you never know. Might have a scheduling conflict, need to substitute, never hurts. As I said, I do believe we're going to have that bonus 5th round for selection of subs, coaches, cheerleaders, whatever you need, depending on how things go next weekend, when we will have the actual tournament. We'll get you a bracket, we'll get you updated rosters and everything before we sign off today. But the bracket, the actual tournament, will commence at 5 p.m. Pacific on July 20th, 2024. That's next Saturday. We'll be live right here at rbhesports. You can follow the action here. And of course, join discord.gg/intotherabbithole, the largest Discord League of Legends in-house server. You can participate in the Queen's Croquet in-house games and maybe, just maybe, be lucky enough to play in the free agent tournament. Still awaiting the pick here from DanMan96. Team Danman currently with a stockpile of 2 mid laners, as well as Skateboard Guy 99 on the jungle, in the jungle. Danman himself an 80 carry player, so presumably could still use a support. And we'll see if that is what DanMan96 decides to pick. Quite a few supports already taken. Definitely some breadth in terms of champion pools, some enchanter players. We've seen some Xerath, some Thresh. We saw Braum, but that was 80 carry. Still a lot of players left. Assuming my records are correct here, there is a total of 51 players available to draft. Sadly, some of them will not be able to be drafted, but they can, of course, tune in and watch the action. Let's see if we can find the highest elo player who has yet to be taken. I believe it is Die, 80 carry at 785 elo. We also have Logic, top laner, at 780 elo that has yet to be selected. Following that, we have Playoff Bob, another 80 carry, 778 elo. Still not taken. Still awaiting the pick from DanMan96. Oh, I see the captain has arrived, is typing. Hopefully that pick should be coming in shortly. Let us know in chat how you think the draft has gone so far, who's going to be the #1 team based on how this draft has gone, all the twists and turns, or just which team you're cheering for. And the pick is in from Captain DanMan96. DanMan has selected Croquet, another mid laner. So DanMan96 has now selected 3 mid laners on the day. Maybe going for, you know, the ARAM strategy, all random, all mid. Could work. Croquet, 15 and 19 record. Selected here with a 29th pick in the draft. 15 and 19, 722 elo, Twisted Fate, Katarina, and another Xerath player. Next up, we have Team The Human Faith. And that pick is in. The Human Faith have selected Killam. Always a good strategy in League of Legends. Killam, mid laner, 43 and 49. High number of games, 745 elo. Zedlux and Victor. Mid laner, Killam. We'll be playing for Team The Human Faith. Next up, we have Team Yano. And that pick has come in. Team Yano have selected Phaser. Jungler. Plays some Volibear, Viego, and Hecarim. 15 and 12 record, 821 elo. And just an update I just got, and thank you to Yano and our captains keeping me in the loop here. There is not actually going to be a 5th round here for subs. We're just sticking with the starting rosters in the draft here on the day, which means there is only 1 pick left. The final pick in the draft. We've arrived at it at last. It is Team Jinlo, rounding out the roster here with pick 32 and the final pick in round 4. Captain Jinlo has selected Arch, mid laner, Ari, Kennen, and Nautilus. Could be a not mid, could be a support Nautilus. 39 and 50 record for Arch. 763 elo. And with that, with Arch select, that concludes the draft. So I do believe in the event subs are needed. I think we'll just be kind of playing things by ear on the day. So if you weren't drafted, fear not. It's possible through a freak accident you could be thrown into a starting roster here. But that is going to conclude our Season 39 draft. With all of the rosters rounded out. And I will, as soon as possible, try to get you guys a graphic. Thank you, Yano. I see that on my screen now. Oh, this is very color coordinated. I like it. Get a chance to see it in just a moment. the final rosters here for Season 39. And there we are. Team Barry with Doya, Angelica, World, Sephiroth, and Arbitrate. Team Sasha Smalls with HTK777, Frishy, Frosty6, and Ruggle. Team Dark Cause with The Grack, Cheeto, Bristle is Hungry, and Maneater. Team Hentai Nissan with Geo, Memesta, Gweneth Shali, and Ruler's Disciple. Team DanMan96 with Skateboard Guy, Age of the Cage, Viper, and Croquet. Team The Human Faith with Warite, Kazi, The Mauled, and Kill'em. Team Yano with Original Walrus, Hopper MH, Lucifuge, and Phaser. And lastly, Team Jinlo with Rice Cooker, Holstro, Flashpoint, and Arch. Let us know in the chat. Oh, thank you, Holstro, who put this one together. Was being drafted as well. Holstro on Team Jinlo, and also a graphic designer. Thank you, Holstro, for throwing together the draft here. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win, who's got the strongest roster coming out of this draft. Any surprises? Anyone that was not taken that you think should have been? Or maybe that was taken too high? I don't know. We've got our final rosters here for Season 39, though the action will be kicking off next weekend, next Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific. There's that schedule on your screen. So 6 o'clock next Saturday, July 20th, July 20th. Saturday at 6 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. my time, Mountain Time. We'll have Team Barry against Team Jinlo, Team Dark Cause against Team The Human Faith, Team Sasha Smalls versus Team Yanel, and Team Hentai Nissan, sorry for the typo there, there's an extra S, and Team Dan Man. Best of ones all the way until the finals, which will be a best of 3. And one last reminder, of course, check us all out. We'll follow the channel here on Twitch, but check us out at discord.gg/intotherabbithole. And check out the announcements channel there. We have a really cool deal going on. You can get one of these exclusive numbered pins in a special bundle, along with a large, high-quality decal. Show your support for the server, and you really support it because the money goes into tournaments, prize pools, hosting events, making all of this stuff happen. So we really appreciate your support. And there's a really cool offer going on right now, which is there's going to be a drawing, a raffle, for the Faker Immortal Ari bundle. The Hall of Legends bundle. 60,200 RP bundle. You could win it. But in order for that raffle to happen, we need at least 30 of the pins sold. So make sure you enter. You could have the chance to win it. Those are pretty good odds. This is not the Powerball where you get a trillion people to compete with. At least 30 pins, and you could be the winner of the Hall of Legends Faker bundle. If we don't hit the 30, there will still be a drawing, but it will probably be for the non-signature bundle, so you still win a pretty nice prize. Plus, you get the sticker and the pin regardless. Again, check those out at discord.gg/intotherabbithole. You can pick up that bundle, help support the events, make it all happen. Check out the final rosters one more time here. And thank you to 10 shilling 6 for making this all happen. Thank you for Yano. Thank you, Holster, for putting the graphics together. Yano for running the show here with the draft. It was very quick, painless, smooth. So thank you guys all. Thank you all of our viewers. And of course, all of the players and team captains. Make sure you come right back to this channel and the Discord server, discord.gg/intotherabbithole, for next weekend's action when the Season 39 Queen's Croquet Free Agent Tournament will kick off. We'll be back following along the action. We'll be live right here on Twitch. Make sure you come back next week for that. But that being said, thank you everyone once again. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'll leave the final rosters here up on your screens for just a few minutes. We'll see you next weekend.